Let's talk about that feeling you get when you're shopping online and something just feels off. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on digital deception. We're going to uncover the hidden playbook websites use to trick you. You know the drill, right? You're at the very last step of a checkout and boom, a new feed just appears out of nowhere. Or maybe you click no thanks on some pop-up and the text makes you feel kind of cheap for trying to save money. If you've ever felt just a little bit manipulated online, trust me, you are not alone. It's not an accident, it's a deliberate strategy.
And this strategy, it has a name: dark patterns. Now, these aren't just bugs or some sloppy design work. Oh no, they are carefully crafted user interfaces that are meant to trick you into doing things you didn't plan on, like spending more money or handing over your personal data. You can think of them as psychological tools disguised as everyday buttons and links.
So, you might be wondering, just how widespread is this stuff? Well, to find out, a team of researchers at Princeton University basically became digital detectives. They launched this massive investigation to figure out just how deep the rabbit hole goes. And in the process, they uncovered the web's hidden playbook for manipulation. And when I say massive, I mean it. The scale here is just incredible. They built an automated tool, a web crawler, to visit and analyze more than 11,000 popular shopping websites. This wasn't just a quick glance. This was a deep, systematic hunt for these deceptive designs. So what did they find? Over 1,800 instances of these dark patterns. But here's the kicker. That's only what their automated tool could find just by looking at the text. That means this is the bare minimum. The real number is almost certainly way, way bigger. And it turns out, the more popular the website, the more likely you are to find these tricks. The researchers were able to take these thousands of examples and group them into these really distinct categories. Think of it like a field guide to all the digital traps out there. So let's dive in and unmask the 7 most common types of manipulative designs they discovered. Okay, first up is a classic called sneaking. This is when a site quietly adds an extra item to your shopping cart without you even asking for it. So you add a nice bouquet of flowers, and suddenly you're also paying for a greeting card you never selected. This totally exploits a psychological quirk called the default effect. We just tend to stick with whatever's already chosen for us. Sneaking also shows up as hidden costs. Picture this. You spent all this time filling out your name, your address, your credit card info. You are committed. And then, right at the very end, a surprise care and handling fee shows up. This preys on something called the sunk cost fallacy. You've already invested so much time and effort, you're much more likely to just sigh and pay the extra fee just to get it over with. Next up, we have urgency. Oh, you've seen these everywhere. Flash sale ends and there's a ticking clock right in your face. This whole thing is designed to short-circuit your brain's rational decision-making and just pressure you into buying something right now. And here's the secret. The researchers found that a lot of these timers are completely fake. If you refresh the page or come back tomorrow, the clock just starts all over again. A close cousin to urgency is scarcity. This one plays on our deep-seated fear of missing out, or FOMO. Messages like, hurry, only 3 left in stock, make an item seem way more valuable and desirable. But again, the investigation found that this is often just a total fabrication. Some websites would show low stock messages for pretty much all of their products, or even use random number generators to create that false sense of scarcity. Then you've got social proof. We're social creatures, right? We look to other people for clues on how to behave. Well, websites exploit this with little pop-ups saying things like, 41 people have added this to their bag in the last hour, to create this bandwagon effect. But the really deceptive part, researchers found some sites were just making it all up, using completely fictitious names and locations to create fake notifications from thin air. Now, the 5th category, misdirection, is a really big one. This is all about using clever visuals, confusing language, and even a little emotional manipulation to steer you toward making a specific choice that benefits them, not you. Let's look at a few quick examples. Here's a perfect one: confirmation shaming. To turn down a discount, you have to click a link that says something like, no thanks, I like paying full price. It's a subtle but surprisingly effective form of emotional manipulation. They're using shame to try and make you second-guess your decision. Misdirection also loves visual tricks. So in this example, the option to opt out of marketing emails, the no button, is grayed out. It's designed to look like it's disabled, like it's not even a real choice, even though it is 100% clickable. Your eye is just naturally drawn to the big, bright, prominent yes button. And finally, there are trick questions. This checkbox says, quote, "If you do not wish to receive these updates, please tick this box." Now, this is just intentionally confusing. Most of us are trained our whole lives to tick a box to opt into something. So this design actually uses our own habits against us to trick us into doing the exact opposite. Trap number 6 is called obstruction. You can think of this one as the Roach Motel of user design. It's super easy to get in, but almost impossible to get out. Signing up for that free trial or subscription takes, 2 clicks online? But to cancel? Oh, you have to dig through the fine print just to find a phone number, then call customer service, but only during their business hours. They're deliberately creating friction to make you give up and just keep paying. And the final trap is forced action. This is when a website makes you do something extra in order to get the thing you actually want. In this example, to join the rewards program and agree to the terms, you are also forced to agree to get promotional emails. There's no other way. It's an all-or-nothing deal. So you might be thinking that all of these deceptive designs are custom-built by these individual, kind of shady websites. But here's where the Princeton study uncovered a really surprising twist. There's an entire industry built around selling these things as ready-made tools. That's right. The countdown timers, the social proof pop-ups, the scarcity alerts. More often than not, they aren't even created by the online stores themselves. Instead, they just buy these features as a simple plug-and-play service from specialized third-party companies. And this table here reveals some of the biggest players in this dark pattern marketplace. Look at this one company, Beekeating. It was found on over 400 of the shopping sites that were part of the study. And they don't just sell one trick. They offer a whole suite of manipulative tools, everything from urgency to scarcity. And believe me, they are not subtle about what they're selling. One of these third-party providers' marketing materials literally tells its clients to, and I quote, "play upon customers' fear of missing out." Get this. Another one had a webpage titled "Fake It Till You Make It" that described how to create fake orders to boost sales. This isn't some accidental side effect. This is their entire business. Okay, so after hearing all of this, you might be feeling a little cynical about shopping online. I get it, but the goal here isn't to make you paranoid. It's to empower you, because knowing the playbook is the single best way to not fall for the plays. So what should you take away from all this? Here's a quick mental checklist. Be suspicious of countdown timers, especially for sales that seem to go on forever. Question those claims about low stock. Keep an eye out for language that's designed to make you feel bad. Always, and I mean always, double-check your cart before you hit buy to see if any items or fees got snuck in there. Read the fine print before you subscribe to anything. And just slow down when you see those little checkboxes. Make sure you know what you're actually agreeing to.
You see, these patterns work by taking advantage of our automatic, unconscious habits. But by consciously recognizing them, by seeing them for what they are, we can shift from being manipulated to making informed choices. So the next time you're shopping online and you feel that sudden rush of urgency or that little pang of fear that you might miss out, just take a breath and ask yourself, who really benefits from me feeling this way? Now that you know the playbook, will you shop differently?